If you struggle with shyness or social anxiety, check out our free No BS training course with actual useful advice you can do from home. None of that just get out there nonsense. The link is in the description below. For now, let's get to today's question.
The question, how can I make friends that are actually friends? Before I moved to college, I moved around with my family at least 7 times. My family immigrated from the Philippines to the US. The majority of my earliest memories weren't in the Philippines though, but in a small island called Palau. When we moved back to the Philippines, I did not know Tagalog, so I did not make any friends there. Then, I moved to California. Having newly immigrated to the US, I struggled making friends there too, because I grew up moving around, not only in different towns, but different cultures, from Palau to the Philippines to the US. I suppose I did not know how to let people into my life. I grew up feeling detached to places or people. This changed when I realized one day that no one really knew who I was, thus no one actually liked me. If you don't show people who you really are, how will you know if the people you hang around with actually like you for you? I ended up concluding that the friends I considered at that time were not really my friends. This realization was around the time we were leaving another town to move to another town. I remember that day I promised myself that wherever I was moving to next, I would only be myself and be honest with people. Because of insecurity, I hid the fact that my family struggled financially as immigrants. However, if I am honest that my family does not have a lot of money, and they don't care, then, cool, they accept me, they know who I really am, what my situation is, etc. But if they don't like me because my family is not as well off, then, that's cool too, because I know they're not someone who actually likes me. I am using this example of insecurity and being poor because it relates to me being an immigrant and moving around, which is what led me to that epiphany about friendships. So, to answer your question, my advice would be the same I told myself those years ago. Be open and honest with those around you. Show them the good and the bad. Those who like you, or can tolerate you, will stick around. The ones who tolerate you may sound like a not good thing, but I find those who tolerate me pretty cool. Like, I'm not perfect, so if someone can tolerate my bullshit, that's a cool person for me to have in my life. Don't worry about being perfect or the coolest, richest, swaggiest person. Just be yourself. The ones that like you will stick around, and the ones that don't will leave. That's the first piece of my advice. Note, I am assuming you are a generally good person. If you are a psychopath, please don't be yourself. The second piece is to be kind to the ones that stick around. Love them. Not everyone is willing to tolerate your crap or want to hear about your day or be genuinely happy when you do something cool. Take care of these guys in your relationships with them. Be patient with their crap too. My last piece of advice is to evaluate your friendships once in a while. I do this because people, as well as myself, can change, and the effect people have on you can change. In addition, evaluating friendships is important. To know which friends are worth investing in / how much to invest to a certain friend. I do this when I feel I need to set boundaries with a certain friend, because over time some people can just be too draining to keep around. I don't necessarily verbalize these boundaries, I just keep a mental note. This also relates to an uneven reciprocation of friendships, which can happen both ways. Sometimes you like someone more than they like you, and sometimes a person will want to be your friend more than you want to be their friend. So boundaries. Have a self-care to know which people are building you up and loving you, or just taking advantage of you or draining you, and which friendships are being reciprocated. I hope this helps. I saved this question to answer later, because I wanted to actually sit down and answer this for real. Friendships play a big role in my life, and I wanted to write an answer that can hopefully be helpful. There was a time when I felt no one liked me or knew me for who I really was, but now I have people in my life that I feel truly known by. People who remind me of who I am when I am feeling down and insecure, and push me to live out who I am. If true friendship is something you are looking for, don't give up. I hope you find it. Find your people. Good luck. Find more answers and a free audiobook on how to talk to anyone in the description below. No useless advice like just get out there, I mean actual useful advice from people who have really dealt with shyness and social anxiety and overcome it in their own lives.